Welcome to STIW 2044 Mobile Programming. Today I'm going to talk about splash screen. So what is actually a splash screen? So this is basically a window that contains an image of the application, a logo of the application, and certain information, very minimal information, that appear during the starting of an application. So it may cover the entire screen of the phone, and there's some loading operation using progress bar that display the loading of the application. So the idea is that it provides a sense of home for the application, and also as a branding for the application. So here I'm going to show a sample application called My Helper. So you can see that there's a logo here. It's a branding, the name of the application, and then there's a progress bar. Let me show you again. There's a loading here, and then it brings you to the login interface. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to use my example, my other example, to create a new application from there. Alright, so I'm going to create a new project. My splash screen. So we start with an empty activity. So for the first activity, I'm going to give it a splash screen activity. Finish. Okay, now we're going to start with the interface, the design of the splash screen. So the idea of splash screen is that we want to have a full screen window. So I'm going to remove this first, and usually I don't work much, I don't like constraint layout, so I will always use linear layout for my application. I'm used to, but you don't have to. So I need to change this to vertical. Alright, so I need to make this a full screen. So to do that, you need to change the theme for your activity, for your layout. Okay, for that you need to access your manifest and change your activity and add the following theme. But before that, you need to add the theme inside your style. Okay, so add the following themes. Add themes, no action bar, window action bar, window no title. Start. Save that, then go back to your manifest. So your manifest should be able to use or apply the theme with no action bar. Right? So go to styles, add the following, and then can give it a try. And see that here Alright, so now you can see your activity turn to full screen. Alright, so you're good now, so you can change the background color. For example, if you like to use any color, so let's say you take one hollow blue light. Right, so this is the background, and in the middle of this screen I would like to have one logo. So let's say I'm now in UUM, so UUM logo. Okay, so try to get a logo with a transparent background. So for example, this is a UUM logo. So this is the logo, and then you can copy and paste into your map. Paste and OK. Right, so now you have UUM.png, and you can add one image view inside your layout and choose the image. So the image might be too big, you can resize the image to your liking. So for example, this is a good size, right? So it's about so. So if you like to have this, you can check on different screen sizes what's going to look like. So I want to have this screen right in the middle of this layout. So what you need to do is you need to set the gravity so that the gravity will be in the center of the screen. Give it a try and see how it's going to look like on your AVD. Okay, now you have your logo right in the middle of the screen. So the next thing that we need is a loading or a progress bar down here. So we can add a progress bar down here, and if you like this progress bar a little bit to the center, so you might want to have this left and right margin. So let's say 20 left, 20 right. Okay, so somewhere here. So that basically going to be your progress bar. If you like your progress bar to be a little bit visible, so you can set the background for your progress bar to a different color. Let's say a little bit dark. Alright, now we need to deal with the progress bar. So we need to access, to make sure that we have the progress bar ID correctly set, and then go into our class. bar. Alright, so I'm going to start with a declaration of this three object variable. So the progress bar, progress status integer, and a handler. Alright, so then I'm going to use this method. So this method basically handles the loading screen. Okay, so inside this loading screen there's a thread that keep track with the progress bar status and increase the value of the progress bar. So here, let me call this from our onCreate. So this loading screen basically allows us to access this runnable thread, and the progress status integer value here set to 0, and if it's still less than 100, increase the value of the progress status, and then use the handler here to update the progress bar progress. Right, so in this stage, this is for later. So once the progress status reach 100, the layout will be finished, flush. Right, so don't forget to make a reference for the progress bar before you run this application, and then give it a try. So you can see the progress bar running. So if you like to have it a little bit slower, you can have your thread or increase the thread sleep to a little bit higher. So that the progress bar will be a little bit slower. And yeah, and if you like to have your progress bar completed and load another layout, you can create new layout and intend to that particular layout. Right, so for example, if you like to have one layout, so you need to create new activity. So let's say just an empty activity. So this is your main activity. So normally in application, you might want to have like a slider or a drawer type or a tablet type, multiple tablet type for your main activity. But here I just want to show you just a simple. Once you get your splash screen running, and then you can just call this activity. So from here, before the finish statement, where the class for splash screen completed, you can just intend to the start activity, then that's it. Okay, so give it a try. Okay, you can see splash screen and then your main activity. That's it. Happy coding!